Call is now being recorded.
What the hell was that? Did you just yell at me that we were starting to record? Is that what
You
just
did.
happened?
She yelled at you. That way to start.
Thanks. Wait, no, you're not Siri. That's Apple. What's Google's version of Siri?
Hey Google, that's what her
Gemini?
name is.
Is it Gemini that's come out now on those Google phones?
Gemini, yeah.
Yeah.
Results from the web.
See what you just did? You just turned her on. Great job.
Is that? Oh, so it's you it came through on.
Yep.
See, you're trying to make me feel like the guilty party, and it was you all along.
The terrible start.
Yeah, way to go. This is what happens when you record in a different room from usual. Thanks a lot.
Terrible start.
Anyways, part B of episode 30. That's staying in, by the way. I ain't editing that out.
Fine.
Part B of episode 37 of 84 Feet with Cady and Cap. I'm Brian Cady, back in the captain's chair. That's the Academy head coach Brian Capitula in the cushy film room at Silipino Athletic Facility. Is that the right?
No, this is at my home.
Oh, at the complex, at the
Yep.
The Master Complex in Rotterdam-ish area.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
I don't have one of these yet.
Wow, fancy apartment complex to have a film room like that. Wow. I want to know how much your rent is. No, don't say it. Anyways, not too far-ish from Rotterdam. This is a horrible segue. Is Niskayuna High School coming off a nice victory over Guilderland last night as we're recording this on Wednesday, December 18th. And it's a squad that I believe I'm going to see in Amsterdam next weekend. I'm going to have to double check. I think they're part of the holiday showcase for the last day on Sunday, the 29th. Sounds right. I was doing the rosters earlier. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. But anyways, we got a pair of sophomores who are helping lead the squad into a new era under a new head coach, Skye Linyear, Natalie Birmingham. Ladies, good evening. How are you doing tonight?
Good.
I'm good. How are you?
First things I gotta bring it up because I got to meet this person at the takeover showcase back in October at Impact. And I did not even know that she was related to a friend of the show until she arrived that day. Sarah Gonzalez. We're just gonna go into this hot out of the gate. Character and a half. Would you classify her as the class clown of the team, or does that go to somebody else?
Probably split evenly between Skye and Sierra.
Oh no. Really, Skye?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we get along pretty well.
Now, have you ever had to experience her and her cousin Ariana Brandon from Shelmont in the same room?
Not really. But we have played together, like all three of us at once. So, but yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you now. It's an experience. Having them within 2 feet of each other at that showcase was. You can tell they're family. Put it that way. They're a funny bunch. But diving right into it, let's just talk about last night's game quick. I mentioned it. Victory over Guilderland. Took care of business on the home court. We'll start with Natalie. What were your takeaways from that particular game last night and how the squad did?
I mean, we knew just going into it, like, we just had to keep doing our stuff and, like, practicing our stuff. And we knew that they were going to scout us and, like, try to, defend our plays and whatever. But, like, we just got the job done, I think. And I think everyone's feeling really good.
And Skye, I know if I remember correctly, you don't quote me yet. I think you dropped 22, 25 last night, something in that ballpark.
On the book it said 22, but then Jeff from Empire State he said 18. So I don't know, because Sierra was also hearing different numbers. So just go
with the book number. Just go with whatever the higher number is. Go with the book number.
Yeah. In the book it said 22. So
There you go.
I mean,
We'll take it. Take the W over everything.
Yeah.
That's good. Now either one of you can go first. I'll ask you first, Skye. But in terms of like games, obviously you guys are in the Suburban Council, so there's a lot of games. That'll be high pressure games for the rest of the year. But how do you handle pressure like in nerves in big games?
Well, for me, it's I I don't know. I don't like to lock in too much because for some reason, like if I too locked in before the game, I play bad. So I try to just relax and not think about it too much, and that helps me. So
For me, I would just say like going back to like the basics, like just thinking and like reminding myself like I don't have to do 1,000 things, like, and just like knowing like the work that I put in is like gonna pay off, kind of.
Now, as far as work is concerned, part of that would be the work you guys put in AAU. I know, Natalie, you've been part of. You're part of a very good Elevate team last year. You had Andy Luskin on there, Addison Thornton from Stillwater, Sophia Ryan, who's had a real good start to the season at Spa Catholic. I'll start with you on this. Talk about what you got out of that experience this past spring, being a part of a team that had that many, viable options on the court all at once.
It was definitely like probably a new experience for me. Not that like my AAU teams in the past were like bad, because it was like honestly a lot of the same people, but it was just like a new level of competitiveness, and like everyone like cared so much, and I feel like, I don't know, I'm like just trying to translate that feeling into like the teams that I'm going to play on now and like in the future, kind of.
And then Skye, we talked earlier. You mentioned how you had been playing for City Rocks.
mm,
Whatever happened. You ended up doing track for AAU during the spring last year, and now you're kind of juggling options for this coming AAU. But let's just go back to the earlier days with Rocks. What was your experience like with Rocks, and was there anything specifically, or a certain coach, a piece of advice they gave you that you've taken along with you as you've developed your game into now your sophomore year at Niskayuna?
yeah. So my City Rocks team, it was also pretty competitive. I had girls from Catholic Central, so like they were pretty good, and so I always was like kind of nervous playing with people that like were higher skilled than me. Just I don't know, because I'm nervous, but they I got better, like a lot better. My coach, I loved my coach. He would text me after the games. He would tell me where I went wrong and like how to fix it. And obviously, teams try to take away my drive, so he always helped me like establish like my mid range shot. So he helped me a lot with that and like my confidence. So
Now your team currently, like with your Niskayuna team, just about your like team dynamics, how would you guys describe the overall? And Natalie, you can go first, but how do you describe the overall like team chemistry within your team, like on and off the court? Are you like a super serious bunch? Is it just kind of like a like kind of free and easy, or is it something different?
I mean, I feel like we have pretty good team chemistry just because like a lot of us have grown up playing like travel basketball like together or against each other. And because like I don't know, I've just been on the team or a team before with like a lot of these people. So like I know them really well, and I feel like I know how they play, and like off the court, like we're all friends. So I feel like
yeah.
that was like, yeah.
And I feel like we all know how to speak up. Like if someone's doing something wrong or there's like room for improvement, um, for sure, like we'll speak up and we'll tell people like where they can do better.
Do you feel like you mentioned the whole being vocal part of the team, and it's interesting because when you look at AA, AAA schools, there's a good number of them that have 12, 13, 14 girls in the squad. You're not as high in the numbers. I believe, if I'm correct, you only have 9 players on the squad for this season. So do you guys, Skye, I'll start with you because that was your point mainly. Do you feel like it's even more important in a way that you have those players being vocal and willing to point things out because there are that fewer eyeballs to potentially catch things?
Yeah. Like for the people who have been on varsity longer, I feel like the people who are just recently moved up definitely look up to the former varsity players. So I think it's definitely important. And like Me, Nat, and Sierra, and like Ava, I think we do a good job because they definitely listen to us. Like if we do have something to say, so I do. Yeah, I think that's really important.
Now your new coach, obviously, she's not super new to the program as being the JV coach last year, but she's new as your kind of the lead voice that you hear. How much difference have you seen, like in terms of either overall play or in terms of overall like game planning, things like that? What is the difference between like Coach Neely that was there for so long and now Coach Daniel that's there? Is there anything that's really changed? Either is she pushing the pace more? Is she more slow it down in half court, or what's
I
her style?
I think Coach Thielen is more like serious. Like she does push us a lot. I think sees like athleticism, and she put it to good use. Like her at the top of the 1-3-1, and I thought Sierra should have played more last year, which is kind of Coach Thielen definitely like recognized that. And so yeah, now that she's playing more, she's actually doing a lot for us, and I thought we could have used that last year.
Yeah, and like kind of like going off of that, I would also say like they're two different coaches, but also like it's two different teams. Like obviously some of us were the same on each team, but like none of the starters that we have now started last year, and like it's just definitely like a different feel in terms of like leadership, even like on the court kind of. So
Yep.
I feel like that plays a factor too.
So I just want to touch on real quick the non-basketball sports that have brought both of you success as well as your school. I'll start with Skye on this one because last year you were part of a 4x100 relay team that set a school record for the time. And if I remember correctly, you guys went to states or federations, I believe.
Yeah, we went to states, and then we ended up going to nationals, and then
Right.
yeah.
So like when you take a look at that, and I'll ask Natalie a similar thing about volleyball in a second, but I want to get your perspective on when you see and feel the success that you've gotten out of track, whether it be whatever you did over the spring in AAU or what you did in the spring for your school team, getting to states and getting to nationals. Is there anything about that you kind of take as maybe a little bit of momentum? Because I know that that's a bigger thing on the small school level where you have, typically more student athletes playing multiple sports, like say in Northville, they just won a state soccer title. And so a lot of those players playing basketball, it's kind of like a movement within the school district and that area. You kind of feel the same, at least for yourself in a way where like, all right, I've gone to a nice level here. Now let me see if I can kind of transition that success and parlay into something as well, into something on the hardwood.
Yeah. Obviously, like when we were competing at states and like how well we were doing, it feels good to like win and do well. So I just remember, and I have fun while doing it. So that's I just remind myself like while I'm playing, even if we're losing or we're not, like we're on a losing streak, whatever, I just remind myself like I'm doing, and like I have to ask myself if I'm doing the best I can. And at the end of the day, like if I am, then that's all I can do. And I just have to remind myself to have fun. So.
And then Natalie, to follow up on the other side, you just experienced success yourself not too long ago in the fall as you and Sierra Gonzalez, noticing a theme here, Sierra on track. She's a 3-sport athlete, psychotic. But you guys won a Section 2 volleyball title in the fall. Same kind of thing. Do you take anything away from that as momentum, maybe a mental factor as you do continue your play for the basketball team?
I mean, I really just like want it for the basketball team too. Like I want us to feel that like type of success. And like last year we made it to the semifinals for like the first time in like a really long time. And to just be back at that place again and like even go farther would feel so good. So yeah.
Now, in terms of just kind of role model stuff and inspirations for whether it be track, volleyball, or basketball or anything else, but any kind of basketball role models or athletic role models like growing up and that inspired you at all, like it can be a family member or a professional athlete that you kind of either model your game off or somebody that kind of inspires you to keep playing?
I I would say obviously my dad has like coached me a lot, but in terms of like players, like keeping it local, like I've always kind of looked up to Jill, like when I would go to Kathleen's tournaments and like just see her play, like I've always kind of wanted to play like her. Professional, I don't know. I try to like take like little bits and pieces from like everyone, and like maybe this is in part because like, you know, I was like still figuring out like my position at one point. So I'm just trying to like develop like take a little bit from everyone, you know?
Yeah, and for me, definitely my dad. He ended up playing football. He didn't play basketball for too long, but he definitely knows the game, and he's helped me throughout like the whole time I've been playing basketball. So, and yeah, that's really it.
Now, about this season specifically, you opened up with a win against LaSalle, and then you had a little bit of a trip up with at Averill Park, and then a game the next day against Bethlehem, put you at 1-2. Now, though, you've won your last three at Saratoga, and then at home against Schenectady and Guilderland. Was there anything specific that happened in those two games against Averill Park and Bethlehem? I'll go with Skye on this one to start off. Anything specific about those two losses to AP and Bethlehem that either coach or yourself or your teammates recognize as maybe something to adjust going forward, or was just a matter of just general growing pains having such a young team and, taking the L's on the chin and just moving forward and, next game?
I think some of it was like we come in like for Averill Park, we came in strong. And then once they like started hitting a couple shots, like I think we just get scared. And also, during that game, I'm pretty sure C was in foul trouble early on, so that kind of threw us off. And I think we just didn't end up getting back on track. And I also feel like we kind of get let down if we're down by like a few points, which I think we had to work on. But
And then now, is there anything different from what Skye said that you took away from those games that have helped translate to the recent success?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just add on. I feel like definitely like there's everyone always like talks about Averill Park being like, like the best team ever, or like it's a really great program, and it is a great program. But I think just like looking back, like learning how to like channel that, like, I mean, I don't really want to say like fear, but kind of that feeling into something like motivation and just stuff like that. And it was really early, and I definitely think like the pressure like defensively from LaSalle to Averill Park was a lot different. And I can't remember correctly, but I feel like LaSalle maybe played us in zone. I'm not entirely sure. So that was like definitely different. And then for Bethlehem, I just feel like we came out slow. I think we won the second half, like in terms of points. So just like continuing to get like fast starts like we have been in our past wins, like I think will definitely help us.
Now you guys have a pretty good break. I think unless there's not a game posted, but you guys have like a 10-day break now.
Yeah, I think our first, we have like we're doing, I think, the Holy Names tournament. Right. And then we just do that one day of the Amsterdam one.
Sure. Yeah, so you guys will play Kennedy Catholic on the 27th of December. What would be one thing that you'd want to improve on? Like, you have 10 days now before your next game, but what do you feel like the area that your team can improve on before the next game if you were to work on something?
I would say probably just like making shots. Like I feel like we can get to the rim and like our plays will get us open, but just like nailing down that shot, I think. Yeah.
And our 1-3-1, I feel like me having the back, definitely I think I could improve in that because I have to like run baseline, like trap. So I think I could get better than that, like hedging more. And just making sure I have that trap and that they're not getting open shots. So,
Suburban Council is a very interesting mix because you got the 7 AAA teams, and then the rest is filled out with all pretty sure it's all AA the rest of the way in Suburban Council. So when you take a look at AA, I mean, it's very much top heavy with Suburban Council, aside from really Catholic Central in the Colonial Council, who just recently, who just moved into the AA class for the first time this year. When you look at AA and the fact that aside from Catholic Central, this is going to be a race where you're pretty much going to be looking at teams for a third time come sectionals down the road. Does that make you guys feel even more confident, honestly, at that point? Because with Suburban Council, and this is something that I've said multiple times on the show, I feel like Suburban Council is basically going to be a dogfight start to finish this year. Like, to me, there's no real premier standout, nobody can touch them program. Is that kind of the same mentality that you guys carry right now with the way your schedule's looking as far as the way that league is constructed right now?
Yeah, I think other teams kind of view us like as the underdog, but I agree with you and like saying like there isn't really like a really standout team. So we're just taking it game by game. And yeah, I also feel like you also said that like we've played against these teams for like a while now. And like I think like that just helps like our like player knowledge. Like Guilderland, like I've played AAU with like a lot of those girls, you know, like I know how they play and I know like their moves and like stuff like that. So I think it's just gonna be more in our favor.
Yeah, I feel like definitely since we've been playing against these teams, like it's gonna help us and benefit us. And I feel like at this point, it's like who comes out more aggressive, like from the jump, and who wants it more.
And it's always good. You'll basically, other than Catholic High and maybe you have Troy and Mohannes, and you'll play everyone that's possible to play. So you at least have a game under your belt against those teams. So, but just like one last question for both of you in terms of like your ultimate goal for the whole season. Is there anything that you're looking forward to? Obviously, like team success is great. Is there anything, individual goals that either one of you have set kind of for the year besides just team success?
For me, definitely my mid-range shot, which I have been working on, and well, my shot in general, because obviously, teams are gonna want to take away my drive. So just working on my shot, which I have been, and probably going left. I can go left, but I go right even if like they're trying to stop me from going right. But I know I can go left, but I'm just trying to get better at working both. So that my shot.
For me, and this is like kind of I was like focusing on this last game as well, like just like getting more rebounds and like being more active on the boards because I don't know, like need as much help as we can get, you know, like Skye's doing a great job, Sierra's doing a great job. I would also say probably just like strength and conditioning, like, and part of that will happen naturally just because of like we don't have that many subs.
Sure.
But also just like working on that off game and like just getting stronger.
All right. I'm gonna wrap it up with a little segment to end the interview. It's something that I like to call life's most important questions. But trust me, they are far from life's most important questions. Basically, it's an A or B kind of question. You tell me the first answer pops off of your head. Well, not all of them are A or B, but you get my point. They're easy questions. First answer comes off the top of your head. For each question, we'll go with Skye's answers first, and then Natalie. All right. All right. First question. This kind of goes back to how the program started in chaos just now. Are we team iPhone or team Android?
iPhone.
iPhone.
Okay. Does the green bubble bother you when you see it? Like in a text thread, does it bother you when you see somebody with a green bubble?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or not being able to like your group chat and getting yelled at because they can't name the group chat because someone's in it that has an Android phone.
Yeah. That was us in
Yeah,
our
that
team
was
group
us.
chat. And so like that's yours. So
Would you like to guess who Cap is referring to as the person with the Android?
Is it you?
No,
Oh.
I'm not part of. I'm not part of the I mean,
Oh.
someday, but I'm not part of the team. No.
Um,
Who do you think Cap is
Him?
referring to when he says that they couldn't name the group chat? Who do you think was the Android user?
Not an idiot. Or when they hit the like button and I can't see it, just says so and so liked your comment. That's the most annoying thing ever. Instead of just the thumbs up, it should tells me that someone liked it. I hate it. It's the worst.
Cap's that old man get off my lawn kind of guy that's still on Android for some reason. I don't know why.
Get an iPhone.
It's something about being from Watervliet and whatever. I don't know. It's just weird. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
sandwich.
No.
You say a hot dog is a sandwich?
Wait. What'd you say?
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Okay, good. Had me scared for a second. Whew.
Yeah, I don't know what I heard.
All right. When it comes to desserts, are we more of a chocolate people or are we vanilla people?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Good. I think the vanilla people are kind of crazy. Person on the team, we'll go with players only on this Niskayuna team. It shouldn't be that hard because there's only 9 of you. Player you trust the least to run the aux cord at a practice or road trip.
Nah.
I'm gonna go with Sarah O'Connor for that.
Oh
one.
yeah. Her or Nash.
Any specific reason or just difference in musical taste?
She just doesn't get my style.
Yeah, I just can't get down with some.
And
Like,
she would be up there, Skye. You'd probably be like third.
Natalie Birmingham, what is your musical style that we're talking about here?
I'm just not really into like a lot of like heavy rap, I would say. Like I kind of like to mix it up.
You're more Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, and they're
No.
So what are you?
I listen to like a lot of people, but I feel like what gets me like excited for a game isn't like I don't know. Like I just think it's like fun music. Like the other day I added to the playlist You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. And like the Tyler the Creator remix though. Like
okay, all right. Okay.
It was like deep in the playlist though.
Yeah,
so it was fine.
lose. Skye, don't let her get the aux. At all costs.
As long as you're not pulling a Peyton Hoblock and starting talking about the Beatles, we're okay. We're fine. Because that apparently that's her pregame jam. I don't know.
Kind of valid. Like
no, I can't get down to.
Listen, the funny part is watching her walk in with the headphones playing, and they're playing like Beatles, old school music, but she's also carrying the speaker for the team that's playing the polar opposite of the Beatles. So get that visual in your head. It's kind of funny. When it comes to energy drinks, Gatorade, Powerade, or something completely different?
Gatorade.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Orange.
What shade of blue? There's a lot of shades of blue there.
Just the cool blue, like the dark blue.
Oh man.
The dark blue.
Well, I don't know dark blue.
That's
Just
hot.
like cool blue or whatever it's called.
No, you're right. It's called cool blue.
Right.
Yeah, the regular. Yeah.
Wow. I don't think we get a whole lot of cool blue here, Cap.
No, yeah, Glacier. Like Glacier Freeze is like the light blue.
Oh yeah, no, I don't like that one very much.
Oh man. All right, I'm just gonna move on. I can't. You can interpret this question however you want. Favorite opponent to face?
Wait, what was the question?
Favorite opponent.
Oh, favorite opponent. Okay.
It can be. You can take this to AAU and talk about an AAU team you like facing a lot. You can talk about a school team, whatever you want to do. Or maybe there's just a player you like going one-on-one against in your school matchups. I don't know. Whatever you want to call, whatever you want to do with it. Or maybe Skye likes to juke up Sierra in practice. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
I have my answer, so I can go first.
All right.
I obviously love playing Skye in practice because we just like, I don't know. I played with her for so long. But outside of practice, I can't really think of like a specific someone on another team, but I play against my brother and my sister a lot, and that's always fun. So, yeah, I would say them.
And by the way, we established your brother, a 6'3" 7th grader. Is that correct?
Yeah. So, but he's still not better than me.
What are they feeding him that they're not feeding you?
I don't know.
Sorry, that was offensive. How tall are you, Natalie?
I'm 5'10".
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I apologize. I take back that. I take that back. That was a horrible question. I apologize. 5'10". Okay, all right. That's taller than me, so I can't say a damn thing. I feel horrible now. Skye, do you have an answer to the question?
I'm gonna say Navi or C, because we're both very similar athletic.
What was the second one?
Sierra. But the first one was Navi.
Oh, I know what the first one was.
Yeah.
That's when we go, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't want any of that.
What, Navi or?
I'm not taking Navi. I'm not challenging her to anything.
Maybe a 3-point shooting contest. I'm just saying.
I'm not sure. She'll find a way to smoke you somehow. No thank you.
Well, she's more dribble drive, and your shot is on for the day. Just stop her once and keep hitting threes.
Stop her once. That's easier said than done.
Fair. I'll give you that. Best flavor of Starburst, by the way.
Pink.
Like any of them in the
original
package, except for watermelon.
Watermelon's not an original. That's the tropical. Like
yeah. Anyone in the and like probably like red or pink.
We're going to have to retire that question, Cap, because I feel like 90% of people say pink.
Yeah.
I'm retiring it. That's getting off the list right now. Going off. All right. 2 more questions on this now 7-question list. Favorite cheat meal. So, like, if you let's say you just finished basketball season, you've got 3 weeks until your first AAU practice. What's like the first thing that you immediately want to go after?
Um,
I'll even let you make it if you can't think of a specific meal and you're thinking of a place, I'll let you go with a place even to make it even easier.
I'll just say a seafood boil.
A seafood boil. That's a first here on the show. So like how like seafood boil are we going? We going like crawfish?
Nah, just like crab legs, shrimp, sausage, corn, eggs.
Is this a family thing?
No.
That's popular. The Boil Shack or whatever is popular as heck. The one that's over here.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Because I always makes me think of Joe's Crab Shack and how they closed years ago. Okay. All right. No, all right. You're right. Okay. Nat, where are we at with this?
I'll just start with Skye. Like that came out of nowhere.
Sorry, I didn't know what I don't know.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I don't know.
Definitely like some brownie cookie sundae from Stewart's or Stewart's. People tell me I say it wrong.
Stewart's.
Stewart's.
Isn't there one like right down the street from the high school too?
Yep.
It's an old one. It's an OG one.
That's not like a cheat meal for me. It's just something I like eat.
It's a snack.
I mean, hey, if you make it yourself at home, you can make it as big as you want. So just buy the ice cream, buy the brownie, buy the cookie, buy the syrup, bring it home. Maybe you have a little whipped cream. You're good. Yeah. I got you now. It's okay. I got you. Last question. You're on a deserted island. You need to pick 2 people that you know. Be friends, family, whatever. 2 people that you know to help you get off that deserted island. Who are you picking?
My dad and I don't know the second person. Let me think. Nat, you go, Nat.
Okay, I'm thinking of the second person, but I'd probably first say my brother because I feel like he's probably watched some like YouTube video on like how to survive or like I don't know. Yeah, so he'll like know. And the second person, maybe like one of like my science teachers, like maybe they'll like
No
experiment this out.
No confidence in Todd and Lori. Good Lord.
Yeah, maybe my bio teacher. I'll go with her and my dad.
Wow. I think Cap's offended you didn't go with either of your parents there, Natalie. That's
Well, I just like want to survive. And it's like,
what? What are their backgrounds that you don't trust them?
How old are you now? They've made it like 15 years. They've been so far so good. So
yeah, but to like hunt food, maybe.
What are their backgrounds that you don't trust them to help you survive?
Out in the wilderness, like probably everything. Like I don't think they've ever
What's
survived.
the father teach?
I think he teaches special education, but I'm not entirely
What
sure.
does your mother teach?
She works in HR,
Oh, perfect.
so probably not the best thing on like a deserted island when there's no one there.
HR, yeah.
Well, your mother could be. We can add her as a bonus person because she could put together the lawsuit for whoever got you on that desert island in the first place.
For the plane.
See,
Yeah.
I got that. Okay. See, why am I covering for you? That's twice now I've covered up for you. No, we're done. We're done with that. Anyways, we're having a good time. Skye Linyear, Natalie Birmingham, sophomores for Niskayuna High School, girls basketball. Ladies, oh, by the way, there's one last thing I did want to ask real quick. Because there is one person on the team. I know the name. You'll have to educate me. Ava Romer. Talk a little about Ava Romer. Either one of you can take that.
I mean, she's our point guard. She just committed to Penn State for lacrosse. She's
That's
really
awesome.
strong. She's fast. I mean, yeah, she's our point
I
guard.
think, yeah, I think she's definitely a leader too. She speaks up a lot. I love her. She's really fun too.
You have no idea, because we've been trying to set this up for 3 weeks, I think. That name has been bothering me the whole time, and I did not know why. And thank you, Natalie. Now I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ladies, I appreciate your time on a school night, especially. So thank you both for coming on the show, and good luck. And I'll see you next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday. Ooh, bright and early, 10 a.m. Yay. I'll see you next Sunday morning at Amsterdam High when you take on the Bees of Baldwinsville.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Guys.
Absolutely. Skye Linyear, Natalie Birmingham, Niskayuna High. Cap, good stuff. Your thoughts on the program and the direction they're going in?
Oh, they're great. Probably one of the most athletic teams that you'll watch if you watch them, which is good and bad sometimes. Sometimes it's athletic good, and there's sometimes they're so athletic they play out of control. But you'll take the good with the bad. So, but they're going to do well. So,
listen, this is what me and Jeff Moliner have been preaching the last 3 weeks that we've been together on the show for our weekly roundups of Section 2. The motto word of the season for the Suburban Council. That's the key to anyone who thinks they got it locked up. Consistency.
yep.
And so far, like I said, Suburban Council's up in the air. I don't care if you're AAA, AA. I don't care if you're in school enrollment of 3,000 or 1,200. That league is wide open for anyone to take. I don't care who it is.
No, it'll be fun. It's fun. I'm going to try to catch the game tomorrow with Colony and Shen over at Colony. So, it's good watch. They're always good games to watch.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, obviously you are in a film room, so I'm assuming you're gonna.
I've been looking at that door to open the door for like a good 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, because it's literally the same degree in here as it probably is in like downtown Tampa, Florida right now. So
all right, well, I'll let you address your old man hot flash right now.
got it.
And I'll wrap up the show. Part B of episode 37, 84 feet with Cady and Cap. Don't forget, if you listen to this on Spotify, like the show. Turn on, I think there's a notification. Yeah, there's a notification thing for when each episode drops. Plus, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video. Comment. Turn on the notification bell. And we're at 84 Feet Podcast on X, Twitter. I still call it Twitter because I'm old. Yeah, that'll do it. Cap, go watch film and try to cool off. Goodbye.